you don't exist. Take a perk and a talk of that shit. Money swallowed like sis. Dead up perfect in the kid. Got a billion who take on my hate. Look up better put on the road I just spent. I know we got $1 million. The devil that shit ain't not cheap again.
Hello and welcome back, fellow anime lovers, to MangaMuse. I am delighted to have you join us once again in the world of fanfiction and fantasy. This is the second part of What If Naruto Enters Teen Titans Verse. Special note, this fanfic is written in a masterpiece of Godospartan, the Kitsune on FANFICTIONnet. Do check and support the author too. Now smash the like, share and subscribe button for more. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss such great parts. Thanks for the introduction. Now let's dive into the world. Naruto hummed as he searched for the scanner. He needed to locate more power for this suit. Wonder where it could be. He was ripping through crates to find the special Xenothium locator, thinking two things. 1, that's what Red X would do, and 2, if he got some, he could find a use for the stuff that won't blow him to the moon. He grinned as he held it in his hand, picking it out. There you are. Freeze! He turned to see the Titans all decked out to cause him tons of harm. He chuckled. Didn't think you'd be here so fast. Beast Boy shook his head. Red X? I thought Robin was Red X, as everyone was shocked. But Robin, who was scowling, the tension was high. Naruto chuckled in the metallic voice the mask gave him. Think again. Naruto powered the suit's functions and threw multiple X shuriken at the Titans. Seeing them flee, he chuckled. They are pretty quick on the uptake in fighting, gotta give them that. He saw Raven blocked with her energy and ran up to see how good she was at hand-to-hand, seeing her pull up a shield last minute to block him. He used the edges like a solid wall and flipped behind her, kicking her back and sending her flying back for a few feet. He made and held an X shuriken and tossed it at her, but a green bolt hit it before it had the chance and destroyed it. Nice aim. To knock one of my shuriken out of the water, she has to have battled against tossers before. Oh well, what a waste of good woman. He ran from the highly dangerous bolts coming his way and seen a chance, flipped under a beam he was coming at, and threw himself on top of her, kicking her down and him up. He seen her recover and grinned under his mask, blasting red energy against the walls and let them crisscross and hit her hard. He landed, pleased he was able to get some functions of the suit to work right. Must be his adaptability. He looked and saw Beast Boy change from flying dinosaur to gorilla in a second to hit him, and Naruto grabbed the big arm coming down on him, kicking the legs from under the beast and threw him hard from rafters to the floor of the warehouse, giving Beast Boy a good slam attack. He seen Cyborg coming his way and blasted an X from the suit's controls, not knowing what it did, but pleased as it hit, deflected for a moment, then stretched against the boxes and pulled them into Cyborg. He was very pleased with that one, meant he could do some real good trapping with it later. He seen as Beast Boy behind him changed back to normal and got up. Starfire to the left of Beastie charged with star bolts, and Raven coming from the shadows to the right of him. He grinned seeing Cyborg get up from the debris and aim his cannon. He couldn't help himself chuckling. He pointed to his chest. Come on kids, X marks the spot. He was surprised at the teamwork suddenly as Cyborg blasted, making him go airborne, and then having star bolts cross his path, he had to twirl in mid-air to just dodge them. And the crates being thrown from Raven, he was lucky not to be hit currently, but landed, and was surprised their aim to trap him near a gorilla. Beast Boy was spot on. He didn't see a function in the suit to help him here without killing poor Beastie, so he just used his super speedy chakra-induced feet to vanish from sight under Beast Boy, and behind him, jumping onto the boxes. He grinned. Not bad. Although they need more experience and need to gain more training against a heavier fighter like me, they could easily take a Genin squad, maybe even a new Chunin, but that's pushing it. Whoa. He found himself suddenly tackled by Robin, and that was impressive. Okay, with their tactical skill and Robin's stealth, that does it, Chunin level. That dark stuff is solid. Metal Man there is heavy with advanced metal to not feel too much. Beastie seems to have adopted animal strength and body, and as Kyuubi said, that alien girl is resilient. Chunin for sure. He hit the ground with that thought, and flipped over to land on his feet in front of Robin, and looked to see Robin not only land too, but crouched and throwing birdarangs at his head with decent speed. He vanished again, this time behind Robin. He saw Robin still and quickly threw a punch, only for Robin to slide to the side and dodge, and as he threw the next punch, Robin rolled forward. His legs shot up and catching his arm and throwing him. Naruto saw a function pop up suddenly and grinned, seeing it was to teleport, and he used it, going from upside down and about to hit his head on the ground, to on his feet and looking at a charging Robin throwing a punch. Naruto dodged it quick, and seeing the second he grabbed the arm, twisted it down, pivoting his body to the side and behind Robin before tossing the kid from his shoulder behind him to the ground. He jumped up and tried a falling drop kick, but Robin caught the foot, and redirected it last second and threw Naruto off to the side against some crates. As Naruto grunted from the impact, although not bad it still hurt, he got caught with a hand to the face forcing his head back again. Damn kid, not bad, he is definitely my type of opponent. Hand to hand is so much better than doing things with chakra. A little more training, this kid could even be a hard to handle opponent hand to hand. Robin growled. Why did you steal this suit? What do you hope to accomplish by stealing something you don't obviously need? Naruto chuckled in his metallic masked voice. I'm a thief kid, plain and simple, I steal what I want, nothing else matters. Besides, I thought this suit looked fun, and wanted to take it on a joyride. Loving it so far. And with that, grabbed Robin's arm and treated him to a little red X shock therapy. After getting loose from the hold and throwing Robin into some crates, the other Titans came from nowhere, and Cyborg charged his cannon. Raven spoke up. Azarath Metrion, Naruto threw an X from the hand, hoping it did something against them, and it did. It hit them both, and the black energy of Raven wrapped and shocked Cyborg, and his electrical energy shocked Raven suddenly. He chuckled. Looks like your wires got crossed, better take a look at the red one. Making a crack at himself to them. He jumped back seeing starbolts coming his way, and to say he was surprised was to say that he never stole the X suit. He knew it was coming, and dodged back, but seen a barrage like no other come to him, and rolled forward to dodge as she charged and almost hit the ground to hit him, before flipping up, and he jumped high to dodge the bolts and threw another X, and seeing it solidify and hit her back and trapping her against the wall he chuckled, seeing this as a good opportunity to get under the Titan's skin. He jumped up and came face to face with her. You know, the only thing wrong with this picture is I never got to ask for a date with yo. And he saw her eyes glow green and blast eye beams. Ooak, seen she has more than bolts, so better be careful. He hit the crates after being hit by the beams and saw Beast Boy charge and change into a bear. He growled and slammed his hand into the floor, hoping something would happen to stop him in his tracks, and the floor split open in a big X, and Beast Boy fell in. Naruto chuckled more. See you next fall. Next time watch your step. He went to see Robin, and seeing he was still alive, started running, and finding Robin had gotten up quick and started chasing him, blasted restriction X's at the kid's feet, tying him up. He stopped, smiling. Better luck next time, and thanks for the suit. He pressed the X on the belt to teleport out of there, but sadly the thing short-circuited and he cursed. Great timing. He seen Robin get up and break the restraints, and he himself ran and jumped out the window onto the roof and ran across the building, seeing Robin hot in pursuit. Naruto smiled at the challenge. Seriously, if he's this good to keep up with me normally, and fight with me holding back like that, and still chase me for more, this kid is a hell of a rival in this world. Naruto punched his belt in anger to get it working, and seeing it static before settling to work, he grinned. He saw Robin go for the tackle and jumped out of the way, turning mid-air. Catch ya later, and vanished into the shadows. Robin stopped, looking in frustration at letting X vanish like that. He felt Starfire come up near him and didn't do much till she started poking him all over and yelped in pain at the harsh pokes before grabbing her hand. That hurts. She looked curious and poked him more and more, and he was enduring it as she spot. Last time we faced the red X, he was you in disguise, and you were not really there. Robin growled before yelling. Starfire quit it. She reared back before smiling. He is not a hologram. Beast Boy came in to see that. He can still be a robot, check him for batteries sigh. Cyborg pulled on a latex glove and Robin looked scared before shuffling back. Hey, it wasn't me, I swear. After everyone accepted it was true, he sighed, turning around and leading them home. Red X was a mistake, and I will never make that one again. He walked in on his friends going over who it might be. Beast Boy showing a weird diagram about other identities, or robots, monkeys, clones, or time travel. Raven flipped him over and gave the opinion it was anyone. Anyone smart enough to find the suit, and anyone dumb enough to take it for a joyride. Robin walked up. Doesn't matter, Red X is my responsibility. I created him, every system, every weapon. Only me and Cyborg know who he is under that mask, and it's just another mask. Somewhere hidden in a warehouse in Jump City. A man wearing a black jacket and black clothes with a headband over his head and one eye, and gravity-defying silver hair suddenly looked around and felt a shiver. Did someone find out my secret? A girl with pinkish hair looked to the older man. What are you talking about? What secret? The man chuckled. Never mind. The girl shrugged and went off. Back to the Titans. Cyborg and the team looked confused, until Cyborg put the pieces together. Whoa, you talking about that guy from the Hive? Robin turned and nodded. Yeah, he stole the suit. Pull up his data. Cyborg came up, wiring the data he had, even a picture. Star, Raven, and BB gasped. BB shaking out of it. Dude, he was that guy who broke in. He's the new Red X. Cyborg pulled up a video. If what you say is true, then we are lucky. This is what he could have done to us. The video showed Kitsune create the tornado rumored a year ago, and right as it started to generate lightning, the camera blown. Cyborg pulled the plug. Why not do that? He could easily destroy us. Why only use the suit's abilities? It doesn't make much sense. Robin sighed. Doesn't matter, he's underestimating us. This could work in our favor. Cyborg let out a breath. Well, seeing as he is being so casual instead of his normal ninja self, it would be easier to find him. But what is he after now? Robin glared. I know what he's after. He pulled up an image of a molecule. Xenothium, the fuel that powers the suit. Starfire gasped, Raven disbelieving, Beast Boy leaving frustrated at how he couldn't understand their talk. Cyborg went wide-eyed. Xenothium, are you crazy? Tell me you weren't stupid enough to go messing with that shit. It's unstable and dangerous. With every word, Robin just looked down and closed his eyes and shrunk in their eyes more. After the rant he sighed. Like I said, it was a mistake. The scanner he stole can locate xenothium sources within a 10-mile radius. Pulling up an image of the stolen object and letting the others digest it, Starfire looked at him. Then we have to find it first. Cyborg pulled his chest piece out and put it to the computer. He isn't the only one with a scanner. I'm downloading the molecular structure and downloading to your communicators. Thanks, but I won't need it. Robin was walking out of the room as he said that. Kyborg looked back. How in the world are you going to find the xenothium without a scanner? Robin stopped past the door. The same way I found it the first time, and the door closed. With Naruto. Naruto grinned, seeing the scanner go red on the building in front of him. Here it is. So, go in, steal some, get out, and my test will be complete. Then comes the new suit. Although, it's no fun without a challenge. The kid is surely after me, so I think I'll wait, cloaked and hidden, and when he and his team appear, have a little fun. Kyuubi groaned in the mindscape. We have a problem. Seems that blue girl with the dark powers is a dimensional being of human from another totally separate reality. Naruto looked confused. As wonderful as that sounds to the threat she poses, how the hell did you find out? Kyuubi chuckled. Remember when you fought them in the warehouse? She called out a spell, an incantation from her home world, Azarath. Her dark energy is from her race. Their abilities to cast magical spells are famous there, and are on par with your human jutsu. But the reason hers feels so much more familiar is because of a prophecy handed down on her home world. She is the daughter of an ancient being, much a demon as myself, Trigon. His energy in her is strong, but she seems to be suppressing it. Naruto hummed. You are telling me she has more power in that hot little body of hers? Why doesn't she use it then? She might even be able to kick my ass if she's that good. Anyway, seems the kid found out where I came to steal the ore. Talk later, Fuzzy. He seen as Robin came in, and waited until the others showed, and they did. Beast Boy first. And after a quick exchange how Beast didn't know how dangerous xenothium is and how Robin couldn't destroy it, Starfire and Raven popped up. But turns out, something happened to Cyborg. Robin growled. If Cyborg was attacked by X, then it's all my fault. Naruto sighed. Really, kid? Blame yourself for making the suit, but not for how people use it. Starfire came to console him. What happened to Cyborg was not your fault. You are no longer the one wearing the suit. Ah, Queenie for entrance. Naruto came out of steel mode and grinned. And to be honest, I think it looks way better on me. He saw them look up at him, and he threw multiple X shuriken, making them dodge this time. He jumped down, and seeing Beat Boy change and Raven climb to do her spells, he threw a Constraint X and caught Beast Boy, who barreled back and caught Raven. This, in turn, had then about to go off the building, but Starfire caught them and saved them from that fate. Naruto saw Robin blindly charging now, no finesse, and Naruto sighed. So angry and serious about me this time, he is going for raw rage instead of skill. This won't be even a bit of fun. He activated an X on his backhand and blocked the punch to his face, and as Robin reared back to take another jab, he did the same. This time, however, he caught Robin's mask and pulled it back, but seeing it attached still, he let it go and slam against Robin's eyes like the elastic was, and give him a nasty hurt. Naruto knew that Robin would start thinking, but he wanted to get more power in the suit if he was going to test everything, and jumped off the building, going inside the one with the ore to power to suit. He activated his helmet's sensitive hearing, and heard Beast Boy swear in a strained voice. Dude, do you think you gave this guy enough gadgets? Naruto chuckled at that. I say not enough, this shit is fun. He went into the building and found his way to the vault area. He chuckled, deciding to wait, and cloaked himself. Soon enough, Robin came in, and when a scream was heard, Robin went to see down the hallway. After stopping, Naruto uncloaked, walking up. Hey kid, don't you want to play? After all, these are your created toys. He threw some X shuriken, not aiming for Robin, but the controls behind him to open the vault, and when it opened, he went in, jumping wall to wall fast with Robin in pursuit through hundreds of laser tripwires. After juping through the exit of the lasers, they were falling through a big hole, and seeing a barrier, Naruto threw an X at it, and the X created a hole, and he passed through, but the thing closed up and Robin was stuck on the other side. Naruto chuckled, walking to the next trap, and seeing darkened tiled on the floor, knew something was up. So, he looked up, and saw a laser ready to fire on anything in the tile area. He cloaked, and waited for Robin to join in. It took a while, but seeing Robin come in, he uncloaked and pushed him from behind. After you. Naruto wasn't trying to kill the kid, but wanted to see how the kid fared with obstacles. After all, he was the one to build this suit, and had some good training it seemed. But how good? He watched as Robin dodged the lasers blast across the tiles, seeing him try to catch the door before he could. That wouldn't do, so he had to step it up, and teleported himself to the other end and in the room. Thanks for the hand, kid, and hope you stay for a good long time. The door closed and he sighed, wondering if Robin would make it out of that. He hoped so, but he was here for a reason. He grabbed the xenothium ore pack from the hidden compartment. I love it when the good guy wins. Right after the door closed, with Robin. Robin saw the laser coming at him and groaned, jumping out of the way on another part of the floor. He knew it would just chase him, but he wouldn't let X get the xenothium. Think, Robin, what can you do here? Obviously he locked the door and vault, and this laser might kill you if you stay too long. What can I do? Wait, what would you do? Robin looked at the laser behind him and seeing the wall ahead of him. He grinned and grabbed his grappling hook and shot it into the ceiling, jumping on the wall. This had the effect of the laser stopping for a moment because he wasn't stepping on tiles. He jumped off the wall as the grappling hook's leverage was further inward, and jumped onto the laser itself. Alright, now to make it manually fire by hand. He pulled wires, put a few together, and grinned. Better watch out, Kitsune, I am coming for you. He ripped the laser from the ceiling, and carried it to the door. He pressed the button on the laser, and it fired into the wall, and he just made a circle through the wall around the vault door till it was all the way around. He stopped the laser as it finished. The wall and door fell and Naruto was welcomed to the sight of Robin holding the laser and the door open. He chuckled. Well, I was hoping you were still alive, but kudos, didn't imagine you would do that. Robin grinned. Thanks, but you and me have some unsettled business. Robin got into stance and Naruto did too. Naruto smiled. You take life way too seriously, kid. Robin charged first, throwing a flying spinning kick to the gut, but Naruto dodged it. He grabbed Robin's cape and thought of throwing, if it weren't for Robin grabbing hold of his arm and spinning under and tripping Naruto. Naruto let his body fall a little before slamming a hand against the floor and spinning his legs around for a hammer double kick to the gut. Robin let go, as did Naruto, and they separated. But Robin, thanks to his training, ignored the pain and threw bang bombs at Naruto. Naruto zipped out of the way as they exploded and he landed near the wall. He grabbed a lot of X shuriken and threw them at a cornered Robin quickly. Robin spun out his metal staff and blocked the thrown X's. Naruto hummed, activating his back-handed X blades. The kid is pretty good. If I ever want a challenge in hand-to-hand, I better think of a way to lure him out. Still, I better get going. The police will be here, and no telling what happened to the other kids. Naruto charged first this time, trying to disable the kid's arms with slashes of his X-blades. But the kid knew his weapon well, blocking with the staff once, and spun it in front of him to block the next before hooking it under his arm and trying to slam the thing against X's head. Naruto ducked, but the kid spun and kicked him back. Naruto got up, making his X-blades start to spin like saw blades and charged again, slashing for the arms again, but failing as the kid ducked under, sidestepped and flipped back before slamming his staff to block his strikes. Robin pushed his staff horizontally to Naruto as Naruto slammed his spinning blades hard down against it. Robin's leverage froze the ground and his training kept him still, and they were stalled. The X-blades stopped their spinning and blocked the staff. Robin growled. What will you do with this xenothium ore? Are you thinking of using the gadgets to harm innocent people? Naruto grunted as the kid was pretty darn strong for being pretty darn scrawny. Not everyone likes to play the big villain kid. I'm a thief. I'm not threatening your precious city. Naruto slammed his hands down harshly, making the kid lose balance before he grabbed the kid and staff and threw them at the door. Robin growled and landed on his feet. Naruto smiled, deactivating his backhand X-blades. I'm just looking out for number one, me. Robin got his staff ready, scowling. So you're not psychotic, you're just selfish. Naruto chuckled. Lighten up, Chuckles, I'm not such a bad guy. Once you get to know me. He threw X's at Robin, one to the head and one to the feet. The one to the head got blocked, as expected, but the high to low block of the staff was unable to catch the fast second to the foot, and it tripped Robin. Naruto jumped and tried to plant a falling axe kick to Robin's arm, but Robin rolled out of the way and slammed a double heel in his back. Naruto hit the wall and fell to the floor. He looked and seen the ore package he dropped. Naruto ran and grabbed it, seeing Robin activate a Birdarang. Back off, or I trip the power core. He pressed the X on the belt. The core will trigger the rocks. I don't think you want that on your conscience. Robin raised the Birdarang again. And I don't think you want to be disintegrated. Naruto cursed in his mind. Either the kid knows how to do, seen people who do, or been trained to notice, a bluff. Damn, and here I thought getting out would be easy with this suit. He heard something behind him and looked to see men in white uniforms of some kind, and before he could blink, one raised a weapon and hit him with a beam of red, and that was all he knew before his world went dark. A little while later, he grumbled awake, opening his eyes and getting up. Okay, who were the moon men? Suddenly bars rose around him as he found himself trapped. He looked to a voice in the room walking to him. It was Robin. Robin stepped from the shadows and glared. Criminals. Just like you. Naruto held the bars, grinning under his mask. Come on, kid, you really don't think this little playpin can hold me? The second Robin left, he'd use Hurricane to exit and get going. Robin glared harder and pressed a button on the console in front of them. The bars suddenly generated electricity and shocked Naruto back. You don't even care, do you? A low-life maniac just got his hands on enough xenothium ore to disintegrate the entire city, and it's your fault. Naruto frowned, seeing how he didn't figure it was his fault. He didn't lead no one here. The only way they could have known people broke in and steal it themselves was if Robin did something stupid. But better, since he did help the break-in, he would acknowledge some fault. Don't you mean our fault? Robin growled in anger. At least I'm going to do something about it, and if you cared about anyone but yourself, you'd be helping. Naruto seen that the kid was really wanting to see him not as a villain, but just a common thief, see some good in someone on the wrong side of the law, unlike what has been shown so far. Naruto sighed a bit under his breath. Sorry kid, some people don't like to play the hero. Robin calmed down a bit, but glared, pointing a finger. I'll be back to take you to jail. And with that, walked off. Naruto looked at the console holding him, but wasn't looking at all after that glance. He was in his mind. I don't understand him sometimes. He knows I'm a thief, and yet giving me a chance to show I'm no psycho. I don't want to play hero anymore. I always get hurt emotionally. Everything about being a hero has caused my life disarray. He sighed. Though, letting a villain turn this city, and in turn my friends I made in the Hive, into nothing but destroyed atoms is something I would never let happen. So either lose my friend over being selfish, or play hero and still be a thief in the end. He looked at the door leading out and smiled, hearing something in his head he heard only once before in his life. From his mother. Always follow your own path, just like I have. You don't have to do things others tell you to. You can live your own life. But I know, deep down inside you, that even if you don't want to be good to others for what they do to you, you will always want to help those you care about, just like I do. His mother was right, and he threw a Hurricane kunai at the door, and flashed himself to it, grinning as he took it back. Alright kid, I guess I should play the hero, just to save my precious people. And with that, he used his enhanced speed to get out of the facility, and looked from the roof. Okay, if I was a madman, bent on using a device using this shit for a weapon to disintegrate the entire city, where would I be? He looked around and saw nothing in town, and grinned as he looked up on the range over the city, and it had an observatory with something sticking out. Bingo! He went up to the range and thought going in the front door would be too time-consuming to get to the kids' suo. He went up the wall, and just as he was about to enter the opening, the laser shot holes into the sides, almost killing him. Whoa, the kid is here already, I just know it. He went in to see the kid had got himself caught by nearly falling. He was about to lose his grip on the railing he was lucky to get a hold of. He looked to see a lot of henchmen fell to the kid's skills and chuckled. Well kid, I guess you did your best alone. He opened up an X shuriken as he heard Chang speak. So, little boy, who should I destroy first? You? Or your pretty little friend? Chang aimed the thing point blank to Starfire, whose head was not frozen, but her body and her friends were. He cursed. That's just unethical. Seriously, this dude needs to get his head on straight. He threw one X shuriken, aimed and cutting the button to fire so it wouldn't be able to, and just in case, blasted the thing with a few more so it was sure not to. Oh, if he only knew that killing tech like this wasn't the answer. He saw Robin lose his grip and start to fall. Naruto jumped hard and fast from the ledge he was on and caught the kid in mid-air before hitting the railing on the other side, throwing him to the floor ahead to safety. Robin rolled and looked back, grinning. I thought you didn't like to play the hero. Naruto chuckled, getting up the rail. Doesn't mean I don't know how. He and Robin saw a few henchmen walking up and they looked at each other. As they nodded, Naruto activated his sharing an eye, that way to somehow copy the moves and sync with Robin. They jumped up, giving a flying pair of kicks to the henchmen as a dove flew by. Robin got on his hands and split-kicked two henchmen hard. Naruto saw this and flipped a leg up behind him, kicking another henchman hard as he slammed a punch down on another's head. They stood back to back and noticed they were surrounded. How many do you think you can handle? Naruto looked to Robin to hear the answer to his question. Robin smirked, looking around. Might be more difficult if one more shows up. Naruto chuckled. Then that's the one I'll have to take care of. Robin looked back in mock surprise and amusement. What, you're fighting too? Naruto grinned. See? Loosening up and having fun is the key, let's round them out. Robin went to take a few on as Naruto grabbed one henchman and threw him at another, knocking both out. One was trying to scorch him with that beam device again, and he grabbed it, shooting the end against the henchman's stomach before lifting him up with it and slamming him against 3 more men, knocking them all out before breaking the beam shocker. Sorry, these toys are too dangerous to my health. He seen Robin slam heel into gut and found he might need a boost, so he went over, grabbing Robin's arm and throwing him up to see Chang. Robin and Chang met face to face before Robin kicked his butt down and tied him up, saving his friends. Naruto saw the Xenothium and went in front of the weapon. Time for what I came here for. Time's up, he was stopped as all the Titans blocked his path. He smiled, seeing as he had a spare in his pocket. Robin smiled, holding a disc weapon to throw. Thanks for the help, X, but don't think that means you can help yourself. Naruto held a hand up. No need, kid, this should keep me going for quite a while. He pulled it from his pocket and grinned. Robin grinned back and put the disc away, but held up the X belt. That one T do you much good without this. Naruto looked surprised, and down to see the belt was indeed gone. He put his hands up and backed up to the ledge, stopping before falling. Yep, definitely Chunin level. Great hand-to-hand skills, knows his weapons and gadgets and the versatility they have, and stealth. Whoever Batman is, he taught the kid well. Wonder if I'll ever meet the Dark Knight? Nah, too much trouble. He chuckled. Not bad, kid, not bad at all. He raised the Xenothium, slamming it to the ground and giving the Titans an improvised flash bomb to see before jumping off the edge. As he was falling, he was smiling. Wonder if everyone will forgive me. Heh, they all were fun. And with that, he used the Hurricane kunai he put at the edge of the city for quick escape anywhere and ran to hide in the darkness. Robin put the belt of red X on his shoulder, but seen a weird weapon and paper attached onto it. He picked it up. It's a kunai, but the design is all wrong. This X's? Cyborg looked at it and hummed. This is Kitsune's all right. He kept flinging it around his finger at lunch. Robin opened the note and read it. Hey kid, I realize you're stealthy, so it's possible you'll swipe the energy core to keep me from using the suit. Just wanted to say I'm not all that bad, I came to help. So to show you my appreciation for letting me go easy, here's a little gift. Your #1 super thief, Kitsune what? Kitsune? The hell is he talking about? As Cyborg and Raven helped the arrests, Starfire and Beast Boy were searching for Naruto. Robin was seeing the reconstruction of the Titan's tower that got blasted. He looked at the kunai. It's offset for longer ranges and faster throwing, as well as power to pierce enemies. But too big to hide, and what is this writing? He would find out someday, but not soon enough for his tastes. With Naruto. Naruto took off the red X suit and put it away in a bag, and he grabbed his scroll, unsealing the Kitsune suit, smiling as he put the thing on. The mask was white and shaped like a fox, with a big red X in the center. He put it on last and stood up, packing everything and heading out. Wonder where they could be. In a warehouse in an abandoned district of Jump City, a few people were gathered. Truth be told, they didn't get to Jump City legally. Hell, how in the world do you explain popping into existence? Legally, they didn't exist. Illegally, they were refugees. They were the Shinobi from another class, hell, another dimension. A girl with long blonde hair in a ponytail and cobalt eyes was curled in a ball against a wall. Kakashi, I hate it here, I'm being hit on. Since Naruto I. A girl with short pink hair scoffed. The hell with that loser, he had to resort to bringing us here and escaping in the confusion to get away. Just shows how weak he is. Another girl with blonde hair, but in 4 small ponytails grabbed her by the collar. Say it again, bitch. I swear I will kill you. Whether you're Tsunade's pupil or not, don't think that strength will save you, Sakura. A silver-haired man, who was Kakashi, sighed. Temari, Sakura, Ino, stop it. We can't just do this every time you disagree and get moody over Naruto. Orders stand. A man with long black hair and blank eyes sighed as he set down a card and pulled another in his hand, making 5 cards. It's true. We are to bring Naruto back to Konoha for trial by the council, but to bring him back for his opening ceremony of being known as the son of the Yondaime by the Hokage. Sakura scoffed. Well, I'm going to be happy to see him hang. Seriously, he doesn't have the balls to stand up against the council. Ino growled and stood up. The hell, bitch? He set fire to the village. He even crushed a good portion of the council's power thanks to his lineage. Besides, Hokage's orders stand above anyone else's. She wants him back safe and sound? Then better hope you don't kill him. If you can, considering he's stronger than imaginable. Sakura looked a little pale, remembering the damage from the Kyuubi attack paled in comparison, mostly because only a bit of the outside was damaged before the Yondaime took it down. But Naruto set the record for quickest kick to a village's scrotum and uterus. Kakashi nodded. So calm down, settle into routine, and do not try to create trouble. Seriously, no matter how powerful we are, I doubt we want to face a guy able to rip our heads off with just his mind. Or even a girl who, if rumors are true, rivaled Tsunade in strength. A guy in green spandex saluted and looked at Kakashi. I will not fail you, sensei, but I am worried about Sasuke. He is acting so impatient. He is almost ready to just go out and kill in order to find Naruto. Neji put his 5 on the table. I say we shouldn't have brought him. He's a liability. He's even tried to cut me a few times just because I had an opinion. Straight, what you got, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi sighed and made his last move, putting one card down and drawing. Council thought it best he come in case Naruto was too powerful for any one of us. Whilst it's true, all of us together without him is enough. Straight flush. Neji growled and sat back as Kakashi took the $50 from the stack. Neji sighed as he relaxed. Though, he was going all out suddenly because of annoyance. He was whooping us like I never seen before without even Kyuubi or Sage Mode, and we couldn't even touch him. He was annoyed we didn't back down and just went into both at the same time, and this happens. I wonder what fate has in store. Kakashi put the money in his wallet and stretched. He's off the grid. Ever since we got here, he has yet to show up at all. He is usually the type to run around and be the center of attention. A girl with long bluish-black hair and pale eyes came in, dressed as a schoolgirl. I'm back. And Kakashi-sensei that Naruto was the Naruto that everyone knew. But Naruto's heart was always fragile, and then these 3 bitches took that fragile heart and broke it. Temari turned away, wishing it wasn't true when knowing it was. Ino curled up harder in the ball she was in, wishing to make amends, but Sakura growled. Like I give a shit, he was always a loser and idiot. Why the hell would I be with him other than tear him down? No way he's a match for Sasuke though. Alright, enough, Temari, Hinata, Ino, no fighting. Geez, I swear to high heaven you girls are so emotional about this, it's tearing us apart before we can find Naruto, who will do the tearing apart sooner or later. The 3 girls who were about to punch Sakura's lights out stopped and listened to Kakashi before all separating away from Sakura. Kakashi stretched. Listen. With you 4, me, Neji, and Lee, we are more than enough to take him down. Though I doubt his skills have diminished. I've been at a local bookstore. You know his relaxation time is spent reading. Lee is a dojo instructor, because maybe somehow Naruto might find it a place to practice. Neji has been the one looking around. He gets the 4 p.m. to midnight shift, and Hinata with her own looking abilities, midnight to 8 am shift. That's as much ground as we can cover currently. You, Temari, and Sasuke are resting up for the impending fight. Ino is trying to use her technique to try and get information around town, so we are all doing our duty. Sakura grumbled. Still, I think we should just let Sasuke search. He would get results faster. Kakashi sighed big time before looked to the sleeping Sasuke. Truth was, if he let Sasuke out, he'd kill a lot of people looking for Naruto, and bring down everyone. And that would bring the Titans and the Justice League after. He did not want that. Let's do it this way for now. If things don't look up, we'll let him look, on conditions. Sakura left at that, feeling satisfied. Neji groaned and rubbed his temples. They are both unstable. Honestly, a year goes by and this Tsunade might have needed more thought into this. Still, I have gathered a decent deal. Neji looked at the masked Jounin and looked confused. Kakashi put an eye smile on. There's been some trouble. The bookstore I am at, one of the Titans goes there, Raven, the psychic. Seems she and her team have some sort of rival. Heard they had to play rough with a guy who has amazing stealth skills to have suddenly blipped off their radar when things got tough. That's the rumor spreading, and when I asked what she thought of it, She said she remembered the energy of the guy wearing the suit appearing a year ago, in an orange spiral mask and a black cloak with red clouds. All she could tell me. Lee was too busy training against the punching bag in the training room, so the only one who heard Kakashi was Neji, and he looked shocked. Madara. Kakashi looked at the ceiling. Madara died by Naruto's hands. You remember? A year ago this costume appears. A little strange, don't you think? If he's becoming a villain, then I wonder how it happened. After all the suffering he endured because of villainy, he becomes one. Neji looked down and sighed. Actually, he mentioned something to me. He said, since I was a boy, I was thieved from. Shops stole my money by making me pay at least 3, if not 5 times the amount for food, and the food I got was rotten to the core. It's a miracle I never died. They stole my sheets, they stole my clothes, they stole my doors and windows. They stole from me until I couldn't do a thing but fight back. Sometimes I wonder if it was all worth it, to protect this place. But I know this, if I have to, I will steal back what was stolen from me, and only what interests me. He isn't a villain, at least that's my belief. He is trying to be a thief. Just a simple thief, to steal back what was taken from his soul. Filling the void in his heart with objects he can feel connect to him. Kakashi smiled a little at that. At least he isn't a maniac, only looking out for number 1. He used to say that to me a lot. If he is the rival of the Titans, should we help? After all, it would be easier. Neji sighed again and stood up. My shift is starting. Listen, Titans or not, if one thing goes wrong, we have the league on our ass. Besides, do we seem like teens to you? Me, Lee and Naruto are 20, and the others are all 19. They are close to leaving the teen group. Let's just go with our normal plan. Remember your words. To trap a ninja, be a ninja. This is the best option to draw him out. And with that, Neji left for his night shift. Kakashi nodded, smiling. Now if only the others would listen to that. Oh well, what should I get with my extra $50? Thinking of all the porn here was mesmerizing. It was paradise. 3 days later, abandoned tech zone, aka Gizmo's kingdom. Oh man, what the hell we gonna do? We tried to break Jinx out. We're going to have to deal with those shit brains. She tries it. She'll be cooked. Man, if we had one more person to help. Hell, I would even have Kitsune. You rang? They looked as Naruto, all dressed in Kitsune's suit, sitting on the highest part of tech rubble. Sorry guys, had to go throw a party downtown. Listen, no hard feelings, right? Gizmo flew up and practically tackled him, giving him a noogie but stopping seeing as Naruto wasn't affected, thanks to the helmet. Course not, you didn't even hurt us, just tried to get through the language barrier. Mammoth put a hand up. Trust me, a lot of things are needed before I even dislike someone at all. Hell, I don't even hate the Titans. We just fight because we have to. Honestly, all the shit in his life, he learned to deal with the shit. Naruto chuckled. Alright. So, where's number 3, Jinx? Gizmo gave a little blank look before shaking Naruto with all his might. That's right, we need your help, Jinx is missing. Naruto stopped the techie from giving him whiplash. Slow down, details man. Gizmo growled but calmed down, giving Naruto a piece of paper. Listen, a few days ago we had to go get a little money from some punks who owed us for the protection we gave a week back. A little after your disappearing act in the base. Jinx went to collect, haven't seen her since. We heard though she was put in jail, and when we checked, she was in the roster. Listen, we need you to go collect the fee, figure out which station, and go get her out. Naruto's mask shone little to his own emotion, but his action was simple to understand. He stood, getting Gizmo off him, and jumping down to the ground. Warm me up some supper, this will take but a moment. Gizmo blinked before shivering as the cold voice used in the metallic sound coming from the mask was just creepy. Oh man, I think I feel sorry for what those punks are gonna be in for when Kitsune comes in the door. Mammoth could only agree with a nod. Apartment complex, Jump City city limits. 2 men were laughing and having a beer as they watched the football game on the TV. Ha, this is great. We get a new TV, didn't have to pay a cent. But their game was interrupted as a knock came at the door. One man came to the door, growling as he opened it. Listen bud, we're busy, so I sug GHWA. A blow to the face was all his welcome as he fell to the floor unconscious. The other guy came up and looked a little shocked. He looked up to see Naruto still in his Kitsune suit, cracking his knuckles. Listen, bud, I suggest you answer my question, otherwise your friend will have company in La La Land. He grabbed the guy and pulled him outside, and put him over the edge of the railing of the 10-story building, being on the 7th. The man was struggling against the arm. How dare you? You know who you're fucking with. We'll get you back for this. Naruto chuckled. Two lowlives who could barely steal a TV and a set of cables before the Titans arrived to kick those protectors of yours asses. What you gonna do? Call the police again? I could break out without anyone noticing for days, within the hour. The Titans? They barely had enough power altogether to bruise me when I held back at LexCorp. You better start answering. Pay up the fee, tell me the station you had Jinx sent off to, and I will think of letting you live. The man was stubborn and Naruto let go of him, making him fall. The man screamed as the ground got closer, and Naruto suddenly caught him by the foot on the 2nd floor. Wanna go again? Talk. The man was scared shitless. He looked up. Okay. The fee was 200, right? It's in my wallet, I swear. The girl? Fine, whatever, she's in Central Holding. We tipped off a guy we knew, some ex-military guy. We knew he knew her, so she would leave without us paying. Naruto swiped the cash and was about to let the guy go back, but he seen a car suddenly drive up. Out came Cyborg. Great, just what I needed. Tell you what, I will let you off the hook. See ya. He knocked the guy out and put him on the floor before dropping to ground level, the Titans all showing up. Robin crouching in he lead. Don't know who you think you are, but this is where it ends. We came to get these guys, but seems you wanted to stop them from speaking of why you helped them. Didn't imagine the Hive to be so reckless. Naruto chuckled. Hive? You have no idea. Sorry Chuckles, but seems like you've got the wrong idea. He stepped from the shadows, showing the costume he had now. Beast Boy looked dumbly before snapping out of it. Okay, I understand the fox look, but didn't we already take care of X? Everyone seemed a little surprised, but stayed on guard. Robin glared harder. So, this is what you meant. Kitsune X. Doesn't matter, we put you in your place before, we'll do it again. Naruto put his hands up. Like I said, you are just way too serious. These guys owed me a little information is all. But listen, I'm kinda busy, so I don't have time to deal with you guys. Don't suppose you'll let me walk. Titan, go. Didn't think so. Cyborg grabbed Robin and threw him head first to Naruto. Naruto had to admit, they picked up their teamwork. Robin generated his retractable metal staff and slammed it hard down. Naruto raised his arm up and blocked it casually. Robin noticed a thick pole-like thing on the arm parrying his own. You upgraded your defense. Naruto chuckled. A little padding can come a long way, but these have a different purpose. Naruto grabbed Robin's arm and kicked him back down to ground floor, but found the railing he was on come to life. He shimmered from existence. He came back on ground level, where Cyborg was on top of him in an instant and slammed a fist down. Naruto dodged it by a foot and tapped an electric X on his back, making him short-circuit. He seen Starfire coming at him, and as she tried to tackle him he just ducked, but she landed and threw a spinning back kick, making him catch her foot and using her own strength flinging her into a chanting raven. Beast Boy had turned into a pterodactyl and using his massive wings to spin in the air threw Robin down unknowingly at Naruto. Naruto heard the sudden change in mid-air as BB turned into an eagle, and when he looked up he saw Robin closing in and growled, "I've got no time to play around with you kids." He reached up and grabbed Robin by the collar of his shirt and threw him hard to the ground. BB changed into a T-Rex and tried crushing him, but he suddenly vanished before he hit the ground. BB looked around before finding himself lifted and then thrown to the ground hard by Naruto using surprising strength. Naruto huffed as he slapped a change X and made BB turn back before kicking the green hero back. Naruto was about to finish off all of them when he heard something on the police channels. "This is Central Holding. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. A pink-haired girl is smashing steel with her fists. We need help." Ah. He thought a moment. Jinx was a good acrobat, but she wasn't strong enough to bend metal with a punch, and she is well known. So if the guy didn't call out her name, it meant another pink-haired fighter. He cursed and gripped his hands into fists hard. He saw the Titans getting up and in a flash, smashed Robin into the wall with a fist, hurling Cyborg into BB and next to Robin, twisting Starfire and hitting Raven into the wall too before throwing the alien beside them and vanishing into thin air. Beast Boy groaned as he shook his head. "All right, is it me? Or is X pissed off?" Robin groaned in agreement. Central holding, 10 minutes earlier. Jinx was pouting as she was in a specially devised cell to stop her powers from freeing her. In front of her was an older man with a small goatee and spiky black hair. "Seriously, this sucks. Don't I get a phone call?" The older man huffed and continued to flick his fingers clean with his Bowie knife. "You don't get your phone call yet. We need to keep your powers to where you don't try anything. Seriously, when you gonna stop dealing around like a little rat in crime? I thought I raised you better." Jinx rolled her eyes. "Come on, you're kidding me with this, right? Even if I wanted to, I'd be stopped alone, and not to mention I am a thief, not a villain. I'm no criminal dealing back alley deals. I was collecting a fee they owed. Also, you didn't raise me. You just tried to keep me out of trouble when I wasn't fond of staying in a foster home or kitty pound." The man grunted as he picked the last of his right hand clean. "I'll believe that. You never lied to me about your activities before, but still you tried to use force. I might as well have did, seeing as I'm the only normal person, and cop to boot, that you even slightly like, even respect." Jinx snickered as she held her sides. "Too true, old man Marley. Geez though, I thought I heard you transferring to New York a while back. What made you change your mind?" Marley sighed and looked over his hand. "I don't need a big city. I like it just fine here." Jinx smiled fondly. "Still, whether you are here or not, you are family to me." Marley smiled back, holding his knife up in a giving manner. "Same to you, Squirt. So what is this I hear of you and the Titan kids getting in with each other so much? You guys fight more than any other baddie they fight." Jinx stretched as she was still for a while. "Well, you see, the Hive have graduation exams, and ours was to complete this mission for a guy named Slade. Failed, and we were sent back to school. Thus we are just trying to regain some of our pride as fighters as well as thieves." Marley listened before a huge force suddenly rocked the station. "The hell," he got up, loading his MP5 and went up a little. He seen a girl with pink hair and angry look walking through the cell blocks. He let Jinx out and she went to look and paled. "You've got to be kidding me." She looked the girl up and down. "Seriously, she can pass as my fucking twin. Who the hell is this girl?" Marley turned to her and looked blankly. "I was thinking she was with you, but apparently not. All right, listen, get your ass out of here." The girl was confronted with a few cops coming from the other halls, and she slammed a fist into the walls and made them fall on the others. "Seriously, roaches, I ask a simple question, and everyone attacks me. Truth was, she asked, got an answer, she didn't like it, and reacted violently." Jinx looked shocked. "I know you smoke, but the hell you smoking, old man? You can't face that," Marley growled, shoving her back. "Back door, now. Just because she's strong, she can't hit me. She's got a quick punch, but as history has shown, age doesn't affect my skill one bit. I'm pretty quick myself. Still, she gets one hit in, my brains are going to be thinking for the floor." Jinx growled, but Marley glared her direction. But she saw a sad fondness. She huffed. "Better come back, windbag, or I won't forgive you." And with that, she ran out the back. Marley fished his pocket and sighed. "Big boss, help me through this." He put on the black band around his head and held his gun tight, a knife being held against the grip. "Freeze, girl." She turned to him and looked angry, and he scoffed. "She on her period or what? That's a pissy-ass chick." Outback Jinx slammed the doors open, and just as she turned to look down the street, she ran face first in a surprise hug. "Jinx, well, it's good to see you too. Get out by yourself, did you?" Jinx heard that metallic voice over, but it was definitely Naruto's husky voice. She smiled, hugging him back before reality kicked in. She shoved back and shook out of it. "No time. Listen, a crazy psycho chick that looks like my fucking twin just burst in and started tearing up the joint. And now she's about to kill the only one I ever rightly respected to call a father figure. Naruto, go and help Marley, please." Naruto looked nervously confused, but he put a hand on her head, knowing this guy must be real important to be this frantic about it. Fine now, how about you get your ass back to HQ? I'll meet you there when I'm done. Naruto went into the shadows and disappeared and blinked. Damn, I still want to know how he does that. Please come back. Both of you. And with that she ran off. Back inside, Marley dodged the fierce first strike of Sakura. Damn, you're quick, but your technique is shoddy. He grabbed her arm and threw her into the wall. He backed off as she kicked hard to get him off. He sighed as he threw his rifle to the side and got into position with his knife. Style or not, you got spunk, and even if I like it, I already got a girl. Sakura roared, slamming a fist into the ground, and Jack saw the ripples, cursing and jumping up to the wall before flipping back to his feet. Marley rushed in, slashing down, and seeing Sakura grab his hand to stop it and raise a fist. He cursed and ducked under the punch before slamming an uppercut into her chin and turning, using his arm and her limp arm to force his inward elbow to crash into her ribs. She grunted and hit the wall. He stood back and looked hardened. I can tell you have the training, but why are you using such force in its place? Answer me, why are you attacking? Sakura growled lowly. Scum, you attacked me, so I am going to teach you not to mess with the student of a Sannin. Jack barely dodged the next strike, but she spun and kicked him. Thankfully only her punches were super strength. He hit the wall, was about to get up when he heard a voice ring out. Nice job. You could be a decent sparring partner if I ever want it. Hand to hand is the basis of all combat after all. The voice stopped, but the person behind it appeared from the shadows of the wall. I'll handle this. Get going. I promised Jinx I'd save you. Marley grunted and got up. I can deal with little Miss Cranky. Besides, who the hell are you? Naruto chuckled. I'm no hero, but let's just say I don't like those who destroy. Listen, you're Marley, right? Get your ass moving back. This little bitch is mine. Besides, you have no idea the power she can pack. This is just the bastardized version because her anger is controlling her. If she was in control, she could shatter the building with only one of her punches, not cripple it like she has done. Sakura growled and looked at the newcomer and seen the fox mask. Huh? Kitsune? Anbu, listen, if you know what's good for you, you better get your ass out of the way. I'm trying to gather information. Naruto glared and flew through some hand seals. Sakura was surprised before growling and trying to slam a fist in his face. Sadly, it didn't work as she was suddenly pushed back and he completed his seals. Sorry, Sakura, wind of winter. A cold wind picked up, but instead of snow, it was cherry blossoms. Sakura was surprised before the wind pushed her back hard in the wall. She got up and growled. You think your puny jutsu will hurt me? Think again. She threw a harsh punch, but Naruto twisted and elbowed her in the back, but caught her waist and threw her into and through the wall of the building. He walked up to her struggling form. Those fists are dangerous. See, normally you'd have one already, but your anger corrupts your skill and your power. Also, your speed has decreased. If I was normal, you'd have one. Sakura growled louder. You have no idea how strong I am. Naruto had to mentally chuckle. Oh, he knew all right, but like she would have the privilege of knowing that. He seen her push as much chakra in her system as she could, and this was where he cursed. Kyuso, you really going to destroy the foundations of the city with that punch? I need to get your ass to somewhere you can't do that much damage. Sakura, are you having trouble? As usual of such a weak woman. Naruto turned to see a man with a dark blue tank top and purple wrap around his waist and a sword attached by the purple belt. Naruto cursed again, seeing Sasuke here suddenly. Sakura looked a little nervous. And no, Sasuke-kun, he's just a little tougher than the rest. I was about to crush him with one blow like I usually do to filth. She turned with anger, but grinned. But since you're here, how about crushing him with me? Sasuke drew his sword. We are here for information. Kitsune, right? Tell us, where is a blonde named Naruto hiding in this city? You must know if you are Anbu. Naruto chuckled lightly. Sorry, but my info is my own. As soon as he said that, Sasuke came flying in fast and slashed for the neck. Naruto ducked and hit a palm in the Uchiha's stomach. Come on, kiddies. He vanishes and reappears outside behind them. X marks the spot, pointing to the red X on his mask. He ran off, making sure to keep visible for them to see, and so he could see them, and seeing them both charge behind him, he grinned. Good, now to go where no one is so I can kick the asses of the bitch and the bastard. 5 minutes later back at the station. Marley was smoking a cigarette as he and his team cleaned up the mess. Damn, she's got some power punching. Who knew we'd have another Titan? We don't. He turned to see Robin and the others there. What happened? Marley sighed. Some pink-haired girl with super strength just came in and wrecked the joint. Seemed to be PMing she was pissy about everything. Jinx? Robin asked. Marley answered. No, I know Jinx. I let her go as every other inmate left with fear of being crushed. She wanted to stay and fight, but I made her leave for safety reasons. Robin held his chin in thought. Then where did X go? Marley looked a little surprised. If you mean the guy in a black cloak and a fox mask with a red X on it. Yeah, he was here. Was he yours? Robin looked a little surprised. No, he isn't. We were chasing him when we got the call. Did he do any of this? And were those two on his side? Marley scoffed. He helped minimize the damage. Hell saved my life from the pink-haired chick. Then this duck-haired guy came up and they fought it out and left. Didn't like each other from the looks of it. They headed east towards the limits. Robin nodded and turned to his team. Okay, Raven, you and me head east. Everyone else stay and help these guys. Let's move. He and Raven zipped out of there and Marley grumbled. Today has been nothing but headaches. Back with Naruto. Katen, Gakukyu no Jutsu. Fire release, great fireball jutsu, Naruto cursed and spun around. He did a few handseals and water shot from his mask's lips, and as it violently crashed into the ball of fire, the two jutsus diminished. They stopped on a rooftop of a warehouse, and the odds were not pretty. Naruto in his Kitsune suit, and Sasuke with Sakura and all their gear. Sasuke frowned. I didn't hear the jutsu's name. What is it called? Naruto put a finger up. Tisk tisk, are you really ninja? What ninja calls out their attack to their opponent? Besides, now there are no possible casualties. Just you two. He seen Sakura flare, but Sasuke stay calm. Sasuke huffed. If you were really Anbu, you'd have called back up. I have yet to see any superhuman with our powers, and even then if there was the coincidences of Naruto, us, and you all being here and known are way too unlikely. You're Naruto, aren't you? Naruto chuckled. I'm just a little lowly thief, not even mentioning. He put his fingers together to signify small. Just a bit of a thief, just an insignificant thief. Sasuke grinned. I'm an elite Uchiha and you're keeping up decently. You must be some kind of special forces soldier. Naruto shrugged. Well, I also thieve. And with that he was slashed with the sword, being the sheath in this case as it went through his body, and behind him Sakura had slammed a fist in his spine. He coughed up blood. Sasuke smiled. You aren't Naruto. Naruto chuckled and heaved. Really? The way I look at it, you made 3 mistakes. He held up 3 fingers. He rasped a short breath and put down 1 finger. 1. You followed me blindly like lambs to the slaughter. He put a 2nd finger down. 2. You came light. 2 of you against me? Fucking insulting. He put his hand down. And your 3rd mistake, you're supposed to be dead by now. With our blows you should be unable to speak. Am I not? And Naruto looked down to check himself. Sasuke thought why he was still moving and breathing and gasped as he tried to back away. Not good, as Naruto grabbed their arms tight against his body. Sasuke cursed. Shit, that's right, I'm just a motherfucking decoy. Boom, Naruto blew up into a fiery explosion. Sasuke grunted, getting up from the side of the building he crashed into. His clothing singed black. He gasped and looked horrified. That it's Naruto. He turned in time to see the silver of a blade and everything went black. Sakura got up and seen as out of the shadows came the fox mask and seen him pull back and just as Sasuke turned, swung a silver object against Sasuke. She didn't see any blood, but she seen the silver object was a sword. She rushed in as she seen Sasuke bounce and fly backwards towards her before stopping halfway. She checked his head quickly and seen it was only slightly concussed, but hit hard enough to knock him out. She seen Naruto come up. Naruto held the blade next to her. He's lucky I only used the back of the sword. Listen up, leave now, never come back. He put the sword back on his back and walked away, chuckling. No one beats me in the kitchen. My shadows are my territory. And with that, he jumped across some buildings before stopping, seeing Robin and Raven. Hey Chuckles, bring your girlfriend? Robin glared. She's not my girlfriend. Now, how about coming in quietly X? Naruto put a hand on his chin before chuckling and backing to the ledge of the building. Sorry, got business to take care of, see you next time. Lady, gentlemen, you will forever remember this day as the day you almost caught Kitsune X. And he jumped off the building. Robin and Raven went to look down and saw that Naruto had once more vanished into thin air. Raven hummed. That has got to be the best disappearing act I've ever seen. Robin groaned. So it would seem. Jinx was wandering around like crazy in the base. It was only a few hours ago when her father figure started fighting a girl with strength to match Starfire, and then Naruto going in to kick her ass, but she was still worried with what Naruto told her. Get back to HQ, I'll be there when I'm done, and it was already 2 in the morning. The cold voice, even given the metallic enhancement of the mask, was something to worry about. He has never been so cold before, and that was what worried her. Gizmo thought it good to try and relax her. Calm down. Knowing Naruto, he saved the cop, beat the shit out of the girl, and is losing the Titans and getting back here. Jinx stomped on the ground, huffing loudly. I know he is okay, and Marley is fine, but the girl just screams familiar to him. He was cold, and it was like the Grim Reaper was about to take souls. That pink-haired girl with the strength of Starfire is just someone I am worried Naruto knows to a great degree. Gizmo blinked and remembered Naruto talking one time, carelessly giving a secret. To think Sakura would do that to me so many times. I wonder why I ever loved that pink-haired slut, using that super strength to try and kill me for trying to make her happy. Gizmo sighed and begged that Naruto wouldn't kill him. Super strength, pink hair, sounds like Naruto's ex. Mammoth and Jinx whipped to him and looked shocked. Gizmo sighed heavily. I overheard him talking when he wasn't fully thinking. He said something about a pink-haired slut named Sakura. Apparently, she cheated on him with 2 other boys multiple times and was beaten to an inch of his life daily from her. Jinx blinked before thinking, and realizing no wonder he never made a pass towards her. You mean to tell me this violent slut that looks like my fucking twin is his ex? God, no wonder the passes I made were unseen. Gizmo nodded and Mammoth frowned. Poor Naruto. Man, when he comes back, I'm giving him a good home-cooked meal. Gizmo smiled sadly and nodded. He turned to Jinx. Listen, it may be true he was wary of you because of that, and hesitant to trust his heart after not only her, but 2 other girls cheating on him with other boys. I am wearing him down to try with someone, and you are the closest he has as a girl and friend. Trying to play matchmaker? Naruto appeared from the shadows behind Gizmo and gave the little midget a noogie. Who gave you permission to give that info to others so freely? Gizmo was in his arms wiggling wildly to get free. He gave the peace sign to the other 2. Yo, Marley saved, 2 bitch asses kicked, Titans don't have a clue. He fished his pocket and gave them the money. And fee collected. Mission a full success. Jinx jumped him and pinned him down, pouting. Gizmo pushed Mammoth out of the room, as Jinx bent down face to face with the fox mask of Naruto. Thank you. I'm sorry I got you into so much trouble. Naruto smiled and got up, Jinx straddling his legs. It's no problem at all. I do what I can for my friends. Jinx frowned sadly and Naruto put a hand on her head. What's up? Don't like being my friend, Jinx. She sighed and shook her head. Never said that, just. I found out today why every time I wanted you to look at me you never did. I now know that I was being like that slut, attacking you every chance I got. But I had my reasons, I swear. Naruto sighed, smiling sadly under the mask. You never tried to kill me though, even if the powers you have got the potential to kill me. You are no psycho, you are just a thief. Gizmo may have been wrong to eavesdrop, but he was right about one thing, he was wearing me down. Listen, what reason could you have to attack me like that? And I will think about taking you out somewhere. Jinx looked a little nervous to say. Her history was less than pleasant after all. But if it meant good things to come, she would at least give a little about herself. Jinx sighed. When I found out about my powers, and got a hold of them, I was still young, and destruction was my plaything. But soon I realized it hurt others, even those I cared about. so I tried to keep myself under control. Naruto was getting a good hint suddenly why she attacked, but he didn't know for sure. She continued. I kept myself under control by keeping my powers from even starting up, and found a build-up only caused it to keep frying everything. So, I would let out a little bit and try not to overload, but also keep control. I got better at it over time. She smiled sadly. And I found a guy I loved, but because of my powers, he got stuck under a telephone pole and glass cutting out his eye. I figured love was never meant to be. But then, 2 years later I found a man who I thought was immune to my powers. Even if I let it out around him, he had good fortune and wouldn't be affected, or so I thought. He was ran over by a car and paralyzed. Naruto understood why she attacked now, but let her speak, and she finished. You came into our lives, and nothing, no matter what I did, would affect you. I thought maybe, just maybe you would be it, but that last try I knew it wouldn't be so easy. So I kept up, waiting for the failure to come, but it never did, and I was always scared if I did give in, your fortune would run out. So I never tried, just attacked. Naruto pulled her into a hug. Well, stop attacking and try. As I will. For now, let's keep things on the down low and go from there. As for the effects, I use some of my secret techniques to keep myself from collateral damage stuff, and a little friend inside my stomach keeps my inner damage at a minimal. Jinx looked confused. What do you mean? What little friend? Naruto chuckled and got up, walking to the kitchen. I'll tell you one day. By the way, purple so suits you, nice choice downstairs. And vanished. Jinx scowled and crossed her legs, huffing. Pervert. She smiled through a small blush. But he's too sweet to be a bad one. I will figure out a way to tease you back, you little fox. She got up and went in to have the home cooking Mammoth was making. Titan's Tower, morning after. Beast Boy rolled on the couch from the back of it and slumped. First Dr. Light tried to vaporize us. Then Mad Mod hooks us into his weird tastes. Control Freak tries to foil the electronic world. And then we have to deal with a new X, who seemed pissed off. Does anyone else think today was hell? Robin stretched as he went to the computer on the wall of the room. I had to deal with this a lot before getting to Jump actually. Today was easy compared. Remembering the harsh times back in Gotham, but he did get caught in the past from time to time, wondering what everyone was doing without him. Starfire hummed in confusion. True, friend Beast Boy, the Red X was most irritated, but if you have warred against the Glarborg Kurtiak on planet Bitupkig, today was just, as you say, a warm-up. She remembered the days of warring that planet and shivered. They were most horrible. Raven was quiet, as usual, but answered out of courtesy. Unlike them, I never had a workout. I agree, it was taxing at least. Truth be told, it was. Her body wasn't very muscular, and her stamina in a physical battle was poor. Cyborg sighed. I'm indifferent. I'm well suited for it, but even I have my limitations. Anyway, what we gonna do now? Track X? Look for the Hive? I've been wanting a little payback. Robin clicked some things on and sighed. It's not like I don't want to. He is using some intense ninjutsu techniques. The only one I know who can match is... Well anyway, point is, it's no picnic. Reports say the trio Hive villains went into hiding and disappeared. Cyborg jumped into his seat on the couch. Meaning downtime, sweet. Come on BB, time for me to whoop your ass in Cyborg Shinobi Chronicles. Think your night practices will be any good? BB grinned and grabbed a controller and started playing. Robin sighed and turned the machine off. I'm going out. Starfire flew near him. May I accompany you, friend Robin? Robin turned to her, smiling. Sorry, Star, but I need to have a little time to myself. If I wish to get stronger, I need to figure out how. I'm going to a new gym in town. I'll bring back some tacos. He left and Starfire looked worried. Raven flew over to her friend. Starfire? Starfire turned and smiled. Yes, friend Raven? Raven put a hand on her shoulder. He's just worried about how to deal with X. He was much stronger and faster suddenly. Robin doesn't want us to get hurt. But he doesn't want to stop us from helping. We are a team after all. Starfire frowned. I know, but I wish he would let me in and help. Little known to her about his past, but that didn't stop her feelings. 1 hour later, Hertz Drive. Naruto was walking through town and yawning. Damn, Mammoth sure put it on heavy. That dinner had me in bed sleeping from just the weight of my belly. Oh well, it sure was good. His inner furball made itself known. Least it wasn't that atrocious noodle dish. I swear to Kami, if you ate that shit straight without any other sustenance, I would have created a way to make it inedible to you so you would get something else. In fact, I may just do that. Naruto looked flatly. Do, and I will create your worst nightmare once more. Listen, I promise to eat more than ramen, and I have kept my end of the bargain. What about yours? It was a good trade too. Not eat ramen 3 meals a day 7 days a week like he used to, and Kyuubi would be a partner. Kyuubi growled. Hold that tongue, Gaki. I've been keeping it, but it's not like I know everything. Not your stupid answer bank. Anyway, I had a little trip into our memories, scenes when we disappeared in the hole. They didn't disappear from sight normally. They evaporated, as if being pulled into one as well. If I am right, not only are the slut and duck-ass head here, but everyone we fought in the border. Meaning the other sluts, the blinding homo, the emo of fate, his cousin and the copycat. Well, the green is here, that's for sure. He stopped to see a dojo, and in it was a guy with a bowl haircut and leg warmers training a group of people in fighting. He was about to turn tail and keep a lower profile, but seeing Robin walking past, he grabbed the kid's shoulder. Hold it. You aren't going to see that dojo, are you? Robin looked back to see a blonde-haired guy with a red shirt and black face mask. What if I am? Is it wrong for someone to go to a dojo to train in your mind? Naruto chuckled. Geez, lighten up. Listen, I ain't saying you can't train. I'm saying it's not going to be a good thing going in there to train. Ever been near that guy? Piece of advice, he isn't your type. Robin gave a confused but stern look. And how do you know my type exactly? Let me guess, Batman? He was so going to make a name for himself as an individual away from the Dark Knight's shadow. Naruto shrugged. Not saying I know perfectly, I mean we all are individuals after all. Never met the Bat, never heard more than rumors and legends. Wouldn't know how he affected you personally either, just saying, from the stories going on about you in this city, you are pretty good as a fighter, and use some stealth to take out your opponents. Robin turned fully to meet the masked stranger fully. And he isn't like that. Naruto smiled behind his mask. He's brash, loud, and has too much energy. He wears everyone out so much it's a wonder he is even still in business. I don't know how well he is doing, I just know he could be bringing his students down. Robin looked at the man teaching and Naruto continued. Not saying I know what type you are for sure, but I do know his. And it's not something I wish on anyone. Robin hummed before looking at Naruto. How do you know this guy anyway? Naruto mentally cursed, having just told how he knows someone like it's casual. Naruto took a deep breath. Let's just say he and I used to be friends, but after what he did to my other friend, it's a wonder why I even think that guy is even able to be considered my friend anymore. Look kid, if you need any training, tell me what kind and I would be happy to give you some pointers. Robin thought about it a moment. Seeing this might be a trick, he looked sternly. And where do you teach? Naruto chuckled. I don't. But I think it's better to have one student than 1,000. Able to go at the student's pace, as well as able to think on how that student develops without worrying about others. Sounds fun actually. Robin nodded and sighed. How about ninjutsu? Naruto knew 2 types. His world's powers and this world's stealth skills. His world's ninjutsu was not known here, so he would give the stealth skills. They are pretty good, some better than others. Black is the normal color of shadows to blend in and the usual way. But why settle for the usual styles? New colors can bring out blending if used right. Robin nodded. Okay, so where to? So I can see what you got. In truth, if he found a teacher able to help him, he might be able to follow X in some way, and how close he was to X he would never know. Naruto grinned. Practical training needs real-world results. See this? Naruto pulled out a yellow cloth. Starting an hour from now, I will have found a place to hide this. When that hour is up, you are to use any skills you see fit to find it. The faster you find it, the faster I will accept you to start your own hiding. Robin thought about it before nodding. Then I try to find you? Naruto nodded. Naruto went off and Robin looked at the clock. and turned seeing the dojo. He decided, hey, why wait an hour on the street? It would be an hour lesson and be over with. Not his type. He quits. If it is, he accepts both teachers. 1 hour later. Robin saw the clock tick too and zoomed onto the roof of the building and looked around. Okay, man, he was right. That guy almost killed me with what he expected. Still, it was good training. Time to find that cloth. This will be like trying to find a random criminal who murdered 5 people and was hiding out for a week before looking for him. Man, he wasn't hard to find, but this might be. He had to think. How to find a cloth from a stranger he didn't know within the city limits. And someone who knew him slightly. Things would be slightly interesting. He stood and looked to the lighthouse next to the sea. Nope. Too easy. A cloth there has been left many times. Robin hummed as he looked to the tower. With my friends there? No way. He put his hand on his chin. Wait. Think like Bruce and the Riddler. He closed his eyes and thought of a way to track. He grabbed his binoculars and flipped to infrared. He saw the hot day was getting to the city, but some cold spots, and saw a dot of some sort in one and zipped between the buildings to get to it. He landed in an alley and checked around. What did he say? Colors can blend? HM. He found no yellow or trace of a yellow tent and went off to a higher spot, finding small heat spots in cold areas and for 10 minutes looking through 3 before thinking hard. Okay, I'm thinking like a detective, not like a ninja. To hide something, you must constantly be on the move, to constantly keep your opponent off your trail at all costs, and if the information needs away from your hands, find a hiding spot so ridiculous no one would ever check. Yellow. Taxis. He zoomed to the top of a high building and switched his goggles to color tracking. He found a lot of yellow cars, but only a few that had any design similarities driving around, and one that was parked and not moving at all for 5 minutes. Robin grappled to the car and saw it was indeed a taxi, and checked for cloth, finding it hiding behind the license plate. Got you. Where's that guy, though? Well done. 20 minutes? I expected an hour. Robin turned to see him waving. So, find anything about yourself? Robin looked confused and Naruto walked up to him. When someone tries to find themselves, they have a look about them. I've seen it many times. The guy in the dojo wanted to be acknowledged for his skills with fighting. A friend who is usually with him wanted to find a way to break the cycle of his family tree's curse. Another friend who I thought a brother wanted to restore his family's honor even if it meant killing his brother. What are you looking for? Robin looked down and then smiled. To help others in any and every way possible, so maybe they won't have to suffer like some people I know did. To be strong enough to take down any lunatic who think they are above others, to defeat them, without killing anyone, and save others. Naruto smiled and chuckled. Good answer. Tomorrow, same time, you hide in the city, and I shall look for you. I give you my word I will stay wherever you want me to till the hour is up. And no cheating and using your tower. Robin put a hand up. By the dojo, and I give you mine, I will not hide where you cannot go. Naruto took his hand, and they shook before Naruto started walking off. By the way, try not to think too much of the bat. It is not who others think you are, but who you think you are. I heard the bat, and you were great together. I may not know why you split, but I do know this. Father figures. They may not be perfect, but it is better to have someone you feel as family, than to throw away that family for any reason that does not concern your heart. Robin was about to say something, when Naruto vanished in a poof of smoke. Robin looked around and zoomed back up a building to look, and found nobody, and smiled. Interesting. He closed his eyes and sighed. But you are right. A call home once in a while wouldn't hurt. Back in Gizmo's tech heaven. Jinx was grunting as she was hauling a big bag of things from her room. Damn it. Mammoth had to leave for issues with his sister. Gizmo went to check things out. Naruto is gone. So how in the world can I make this stuff go? As if on cue to her words, the entire bag disappeared in a big puff of smoke. She blinked a few times before seeing Naruto holding a scroll. By your command, little Miss Unlucky. She huffed and crossed her arms. And you could have done that at any time. Since when did you return? Naruto chuckled nervously. Just now, actually. So, what's with the stuff? Leaving us? Jinx rubbed her temples. No, we got a new place. Follow me. She turned and led Naruto out the door and through some alleys. Naruto hummed as he wondered why it was taking so long. Where is it? And why do you have a new place? Jinx grinned. It's a surprise, and we got it thanks to blood. See, we were smart enough to graduate before leaving the Hive behind. They gave us a hideout near the limits. Naruto nodded and chuckled. Sorry about the rough leave I gave you guys though. Jinx stopped and turned, smiling. It's fine. I guess you would want to leave with a lot of people on your case. Me, Cheshire, blood. Just try not to destroy this base. And with that she knocked him on the head before walking, swaying her hips lightly in front of him. Naruto blinked and followed, looking at her swaying hips every now and again, having to look up as she looked back or else get caught. They got to a small dirt dune and Jinx swiped off some to see the door. She opened it and went down the stairs before going into the dark tunnel, with Naruto in tow. The lights came on and it was very nice. The door closed and they heard a shifting, and a screen popped up. Hey barf bags, get your asses down here and help us out. Damn it. Oh, and welcome to the hideout. Move forward to the next door to enter the main room. Jinx sighed and rubbed her eyes. He's pissed about something. Let's go. They went forward a few dozen steps to the titanium door, which seemed to be locked. Gizmo came back on the comms. It takes the registered members of this team, so Jinx, just say your name and it'll open. Naruto will need to be registered by yours truly. Jinx said her name and a beam of light shone over her body before blinking away. Welcome to the Hive underground hideout, Jinx. An autonomic voice of a girl came up to say it and Jinx shrugged before going through the door, which closed quickly. Naruto stood still and Gizmo came online. Computer, new registration to this team. Confirm data upload. Confirmed. State nickname and personal password. Naruto looked to the monitor Gizmo was looking through and seeing the TV shut off. He smiled. Kitsune password. Kyuubi Jinchuriki. A station dropped around him, 2 bars of some sort, and started spinning around him with lights encasing him. He stood unwavering as it took his information. The spinning station stopped and rose up again before the door opened. Welcome to the Hive underground hideout, Kitsune. Naruto came in to see a sight, and beside Jinx who had slapped her forehead. And for good reason. Cheshire was currently trying to take a chunk out of Private Hive, and Kid Wicked was eating the last of their cookies with Gizmo flying around trying to fix the wiring of the place. Naruto chuckled. Home sweet home? Cheshire stopped choking Private Hive for a moment and looked to Naruto, whose sweat dropped and stepped behind Jinx for protection, Jinx looking shocked. You kidding me? Find a wall between you two, not me. Welcome to the Hive underground hideout, Mammoth. Everyone stopped cold as Mammoth looked pissed. So tell me, whose bright idea was it to bring more people onto this team? Private Hive saluted. Sir, Blood wished a better team dynamic and sent me and Cheshire with Kid to help you in your endeavors, and thought you would need help setting up the lair, sir. Sorry for no warning upon arrival, sir, but we were ordered to hurry. And we were washed up by blood and dropouts at this time, so. Mammoth grunted and went to the kitchen. Find a room and make sure you don't piss Gizmo or Jinx off. And Cheshire, no ninja attempts against Naruto. For your safety. Jinx groaned as Cheshire tried to jump off Private Hive to tackle Naruto, only for Gizmo to bump into her and Private Hive fighting Kid for the cookies. Naruto chuckled. Well, they sure are lively. Let them have their fun for now. I'll put them to work soon. Jinx nodded and went to her room. Come here, pack boy, you need to help me unpack. Naruto followed the slightly swaying hips again. Yes, ma'am. Naruto's log, day 1 of the new base. Standing for Hive underground hideout. Until further notice it shall be called It was interesting to say the least. I helped Jinx unpack, having her tease me over her suggestive underwear. Not bad, needs more variety. The silk lace with purple stripes on pink ones was the best looking pair. I returned to the main area to find Private Knucklehead trying to command Kid into giving him the last of the can of jelly beans. What children? Now, if it were ramen, I'd have won hands down to get it. Gizmo was working all day and night fixing the wiring. And Mammoth was helping place the heavy walls and reinforce our defensive structures. Cheshire has been eyeballing me all day, and I've been using a shadow clone to toy with her in order for her to stay away. As for me? Well, let's just say I'm enjoying a relaxing evening in my room as 100 clones go make sure that the perimeter is secure. Period. Not even my father could enter this place when I'm finished, even if he had the ability to create billions of clones, or had billions of his special kunai. Hell, Hidden would be unable to penetrate this place. He would be Ash, and still cursing me out, but still Ash and most likely unable to do a thing till we wash him out of the vents. All in all, a good day. Now, what should I put to Naruto? Get your ass in here to eat breakfast, you blonde D-head. Ah, good old Gizmo. Such colorful language as always. I love it. Coming. Naruto got up and walked in the main room to see everyone settling down in front of the TV, where Mammoth was trying to beat Gizmo in a video game. He saw a stack of Donaldum brand fast food. He went over and checked the orders. Burger. Burger. Oh, sausage biscuit. I'll have that. Ah, there you are. He grabbed a box of sausage gravy and biscuits and went to the couch, seeing Jinx and Cheshire talking about their hair. Well, least they're busy. He turned to Gizmo as he took a bit out of his sausage biscuit. Getting your ass kicked, I see. What happened? You suddenly lost your ability to use your thumbs. Gizmo huffed, straining to beat Mammoth in the game. Ha ha ha, go fuck yourself with a barbed wire baseball bat. He is better at these types of games anyway. Doesn't mean I ain't hating that fact though the hell, Mammoth. How did you get me from half the map away? Naruto chuckled, looking to see the game. It was a new game called Space Rings, 0 Hour, futuristic sci-fi warfare game. It was actually pretty good, but he preferred the good old apocalyptic undead shooter Zombie Virus 5, much more fun to him. Private Hive came in and got his breakfast before standing behind everyone. Gizmo, sir, wouldn't it be better to grab the energy pistol? Overcharging it takes away the shielding instantly, and it tracks. Gizmo growled. The hell with that shit, it sucks against health. Now the crystal pistol does better tracking, and rapid fire enables it to kill in seconds. But at longer ranges, its cousin the crystal rifle can pack a bigger punch than that SSR, single-shot rifle from the human side. Mammoth chuckled. It's not the advantage of a weapon, it's how you use it. How else do you take I stopped you from sniping me with the focus sniper by using the auto rifle? Gizmo's head grew tenfold over Mammoth. Like I would know D-head, I'm not a military strategist, before shrinking back to normal and fuming as he tried harder to beat Mammoth, whose score was 45 and Gizmo's was 10, and it went to 50. Naruto finished his biscuit and sighed. Well, seems the power works. What kind of things can we power with it without it failing? Just as that question was asked though, Gizmo was killed for the 50th time, making him growl and cross his arms in frustrating. Mammoth just chuckled before nudging Gizmo. Gizmo took a deep breath and thought on it. Well, we got enough power to not only power the usual applications for this team, that includes my overuse of gadgets by the way, but that only takes about 1/5 of the total power. So, anything you want? Jinx doesn't get anything electric. Hive is good with the usual military gear fetish. Cheshire is more old-time style with a bit of electric workings. I can do anything you want. Naruto nodded, grinning ear to ear. Well, good. Could you make a big as hell hologram room? Something to help us train our skills? With your tech smarts and my imagination, this team can have some pretty fun and challenging stuff. Gizmo took a thinking pose, then grinned. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Anything else, Naruto? Naruto thought a bit, but Jinx got in the conversation, smiling. Yeah, maybe a sauna room, complete with tanning booths and big pools. Naruto chuckled, nodding. Training room, relaxation room. So yeah, for now, the simple things are best. I gotta get going though, so keep things safe. I'll return when I feel like it. Hold on, everyone said at once. Naruto stood still, confused. Jinx stood, blushing. Well, we thought about it, and we need a leader for this team. Someone who knows what it is to be a thief, someone that can beat us all in a fight, someone who we know we can trust. We thought of you. Naruto looked a little stunned at first, then it grew into surprise. He was being requested to lead this team of thieves. Really? He never lead anything. What was leading going to do that his life normally didn't? But being a good friend, and still being that kind guy which he hated, he sighed, smiling. I accept. See you guys soon. Don't wreck the place. And with that, he left for his deeds. With the Konoha idiots. Kakashi sighed heavily as Ino was hovering over an injured Sakura and Sasuke. She groaned. They're fine, at least they're outside wounds. If I were to tell you based on sight alone, I'd say they were perfectly fine and just need to rest a few hours. Kakashi got the hint, humming as he got closer. And on a true blue medical diagnostic, Ino looked sternly. Seems to me on a medical diagnostic, Sakura has her chakra sealed internally. The hell that happened I do not know. I mean, she carried Sasuke here, and Sasuke has a slightly malfunctioning lung. Kakashi groaned deeply, rubbing his visible eye. Alright, so how did all this happen? Ino sighed, letting her jutsu go. I can't say for sure. Truth be told, it was either Naruto or a supremely good ninja of this world. Sakura's chakra is sealed up, cancelled, or something. I mean, it's disrupted all to hell. What does that? Sasuke is a different story. It was as if invisible needles had punctured the internal cells of the lung, making it harder to breathe. Kakashi had to bring up a thought. Alright, let me get this straight. Someone either knows our chakra foundations enough to have Sakura's go haywire, and also somehow do the internal damage to Sasuke that only our medical ninjutsu will cure. Either someone, some people, or Naruto did this. Ino slumped. She didn't want to say this to anyone, but she knew the way Naruto fought in battle. She knew the way he saw things, and she knew his true strength. She only thought her next words, not speaking. Naruto must have. He is the only one who has this kind of knowledge of our chakra systems. The coils are all critically tangled, and Sasuke's punctured cells are highly accurate. Went straight for the membrane, killing them. Naruto did this to Sasuke for him to suffer, and he sealed off Sakura's chakra for the time being, knowing she would try to save Sasuke the second she got him here. But he knows me not. He either forgot I was a medical ninja as well, or he wanted to prove how he isn't like Sasuke, showing me how wrong I was. Hinata went to Neji as she got ready for school. Sleep well, and remember to have good dreams. See you soon. She hugged him before going to leave. Kakashi, make sure not to read perverted books in the open. It might be bad for your health. And right as she hit the door, she turned and smiled, a very sigh-like smile. If I see these two out against Naruto without supervision again, I will castrate the guys and give the girls permanent time of the month. So either keep them from disobeying orders, or hell on earth shall be your punishment. And with that she left in a cheery attitude and humming to school. Kakashi shivered and turned pale, as Ino was currently sweating. They both said the same thing. Let's not heal them. And with that, went about their day, ignoring the two fallen comrades. Rock Lee turned to Neji, looking stoic. But that was just a poker face. Via playing poker with Kakashi every day. Inside, he voices his concerns. Did she mean every male? I didn't do anything to deserve such wrath. Neji shuddered. Well, that's the thing. Not a single one of us stopped Sasuke and Sakura from leaving. So technically, doing nothing got us here in the first place. Better hope she is in a better mood when she returns. Truly, ever since she found out what the three girls did to Naruto, she grew a backbone of solid titanium, and a heart grew into a diamond of ice, along with a mind so sharp he swore, if it were a knife, it would split the world in half. Neji turned and went to bed. Wake me up an hour before she returns, and keep me updated on those two. Don't want them dying, but better to leave them injured currently. With that his door shut, and Lee went to take his mind off things with training. With the Titans. Cyborg yawned as he entered the living room. Man, patrol is getting harder each night. He slumped on the couch as Beast Boy was practicing in the new game Aerial Fighting, Dogfight Evolved, and getting pretty good at it. Robin was getting his morning coffee, getting good rest because of today being the day he was to hide from the ninja. If it were any true this guy was good, maybe he would finally prove his worth as an individual hero, not just the student and sidekick of the Big Bat's shadow. Sorry, Cyborg, gotta be ready for anything, especially when Kitsune shows up again. Robin was relaxing at the bar, reading some of the morning newspaper when Starfire came in, bright and perky as always. She zoomed in and grinned wide. Oh friends, it is a most glorious morning, is it not? I think we can go out and have some fun. Cyborg's head, which was looking at the monitor where BB was playing, slowly and creaking as it went back, and his head was upside down looking at Starfire. I need my batteries recharged in about an hour, and it takes a while. And as he said this, his head was turning counterclockwise back upright. And machine or not, I still need sleep. I still don't understand how Robin does it, let alone Raven, but I need some R&R. And with that, his head snapped upside down again, and then back to watching BB. Starfire blinked before turning to Raven, who was beside her. That was most freaky, yes? Raven yawned. Well, he has a point, sleep is good. Robin probably has experience as a low sleep kind of guy, but we all have our needs. Robin checked the time. You guys can rest for a while. Seems like nothing is going to happen right away, so get some rest. As for me, I got somewhere to be. He went to the door. Starfire, how about we go out to the festival tonight? My treat. He shut the door as he heard her scream in joy. He smiled. Well, least she is happy. And with that, he went to meet Naruto. Starfire giggled as she thought of the fun games to play. I read all about them. Fish picking, coin throwing, target practice. It all sounds wonderful. By the way, what is the new attraction I heard about? The hammer? Beast Boy popped his head up as the loading screen came up. It's awesome, Star. It's this big stick and has these two big compartments, only fits one each though. See, it spins you round and round at high speeds, but the compartments can spin you so your head isn't facing the ground. You just spin at high speeds. Pretty fun. Starfire imagined it. Oh, like a windmill. Sounds fabulous, tell me. Will there be the House of the Horror? Raven nudged her side before going to get some tea. It's Horror House, Star, and yes, there will be. In front of the dojo. Robin was waiting at the power pole 5 minutes early, thinking the ninja would be as well. So far, the ninja he was waiting for wasn't in sight. He even looked, and nothing. He was grumbling. Is this guy even a real ninja? Is he just going to show up casually like a normal person? Thought about that, but thought, hey, let's give the bird a scare, so booga booga. Haha. What the hell? Robin fell on his ass 10 feet away as he seen Naruto behind the pole, casually just laying against it. Naruto chuckled. Damn, wish I had a camera. So, what's up, traffic light? Robin blinked a few times before smiling and getting up. Well, at least you've got real skills. So, what's the game? Me hide for an hour. Naruto thought a moment and turned to Robin. We are teaching you ninja techniques. So, how's this? You go and try to keep yourself away from my gaze. Anything goes, and if you manage to stay away from me for 10 minutes, you pass. Robin nodded and smiled. So, shall I begin? Naruto nodded and closed his eyes. Robin ziplined himself on a building and started crossing rooftops to get away. He looked back as he thought of the man. Thinks I will be easier to find than that flag. He has another thing coming. I did promise not to hide in the tower, but where? Seems I need a good hiding spot. Aha, if I keep on the move, I can stay away from him. So better to stay on the ground. He jumped down into an alley between two 10-story buildings, but being trained in falling situations, he managed to flip off one wall onto the next, and jumping from it onto a fire escape ledge before dropping the rest of the way without harm. He was about to jump the wall to the next street, when as he did, Naruto's face popped up from the other side. Hiya. Yikes, and with the scare of the century, he fell back on his ass in the alley. Naruto flipped over and stood tall. Naruto chuckled. You lose. Sorry, but this is the end of the line. Robin was blinking at him, still in shock. What's wrong? Looks like you've seen a ghost. Robin shook his head, standing straight. Hey, what the hell? How did you manage to find me and follow me like that? It's only been 10 minutes. Naruto chuckled. Oh, that? Easy. I placed a tacker on you. Robin fell on his face anime style before getting up and looking everywhere. He seen a small device on his cape and grabbed it. Naruto chuckled. You forget, we are training you in ninja techniques, and ninja do not play fair. Robin growled. So why bother trying to train me? Seems you can just cheat, while I am more honorable. Naruto smiled behind his mask. True, but you forget something. You are trying to be an honorable hero, I can understand that, but so is Batman and Superman. That man uses shadows and ninja techniques, but does he play fair? Robin thought about it. Using his training, he could sneak up on anyone. Using detective skills he learned from ninjas to track their prey, he could find anyone. And using all the tools he builds, although many, he could get out of and outwit anyone using his mind. He uses what he uses, but always fair about good and evil. Naruto walked up. That's the problem. The people you try to catch as villains do not play fair. They lie, cheat, steal, and threaten innocent lives, but why can't you cheat the cheaters? Robin had an argument set up for that question a long time ago. Because if we cheat and stop them using unfair tactics, then we are no better than they are. Naruto sighed. Only if you threaten lives and lie about your intentions, stealing their ways. Take the Joker, he will use innocent people and steal anything that he wants just to prove how he is funny. He will lie that he has nothing up his sleeve, and then try to kill you using something he pulled from them. Robin nodded, seeing his point come true. Naruto continued. Let's say you cheat against him. You use traps he doesn't see in order to catch him. Make him mad by screwing with his brain. Don't fight him fists honorably. Fight him by making him destroy himself. Be a damn ninja. Robin frowned. I don't see what you're saying. Making him mad, he might kill other people. Maybe he will prove himself by trying to destroy what we are trying to protect. Naruto chuckled and put up his hands in a symbol. That's why you play unfairly, cheat. Use him against himself. Play his mind, play his heart, destroy his cool, and make him take himself down. Justice. Suddenly another Naruto appeared the right of the original. Justice is what created you. Another appeared directly to his right. Justice that binds you. Another at 7 o'clock. Drives you. A fifth directly behind him. Justice that defines you. Another Naruto at the left of him. Justice that decides. One more walked from the shadows at his 3 o'clock. Justice that becomes forever needed. And a last right next to the original. Justice that can change. The original walked up, smiling. Justice is a fabrication, a word used by the ones called good, against those who are called evil. The line that separates those two is blurred, however, and you don't understand. Those who are truly evil, like the Joker, can be easily known so. But what about people like Catwoman? She just steals what seems valuable to her, right? Nothing evil, just looking out for number one. Robin was shocked, seeing so many Naruto. Naruto kept going, not stopping. You see yourself as a hero just because you put them behind bars? What about the other people? You are not a cop, you aren't paid to do this, and by normal law, people cannot take it into their own hands. You're just a vigilante. Robin looked straight to the original. No, a vigilante is just a man. He can be caught and stopped. He can be destroyed. But I and my team are symbols. Symbols of which are ideals to help society from evil. We cannot be destroyed. Naruto chuckled. Good answer, but you are missing the point. He flipped through some hand seals and instantly his body was covered in flames. Ninja are symbols and ideals too. We use tactics to do what we believe in to stop our enemy, whether it be killing them or arresting them. Tricks, lies, cheating the enemy out of their precious values in order to keep the peace, to help the world with whatever we desire to do in order to bring about our own justice, whatever it may be. Naruto put his hands down, the flames dying. Then all the copies suddenly vanished into smoke. If you cheat and trick the villains in order to win, then you are not them. You are using your own brand of justice. You are stopping them using the methods of the shadows, so they may stop bringing injustice to the world. Robin looked to Naruto and smiled. You've convinced me. I will do better next time. Maybe I can be a ninja that will bring justice. He walked to Naruto, hand stretched. Thank you. Naruto took the hand, shaking it. My pleasure. Here, take this, as a result of your training. He pulled out a kunai, but not just a kunai, the tri-pronged Hiraishin kunai. Robin saw it and growled, backing away. No way, you're Kitsune's, Naruto chuckled inwardly. Duh, this long to figure me out? My acting must be way good. But to keep you off my trail, better trick you. Naruto looked surprised and confused. Who the hell is Kitsune's? Sounds like a Japanese-based alias. Robin looked confused. Kitsune's has the same kunai. He gave me one after I stole his belt. Naruto took a thoughtful pose before suddenly chuckling, and then bursting out laughing. Oh god, you stole his belt. That's rich. Ha ha ha. Robin was confused as hell. Naruto sighed, regaining his breath. Sorry, I'm not your guy. See, I'm that guy's long-time buddy. Me and him go way back, but since he decided to be a thief, and I can't blame the guy, I thought I'd just roam and be away from his activities. Robin sighed. You know him, huh? Tell me, do you know everything about him? I need some information. I want to try and beat him and bring him in for all the trouble he has caused. Naruto thought about this for a few minutes. Okay, go and tell him everything about me. Probably make him figure ways around my style and make him a more challenging rival. Or lead him off with false intel, making him seem like a dumbass when fighting me. Good for a laugh. Or say no and make the kid shadow me. Who knows, maybe it will be for the best. Naruto smiled, nodding. Sure, but be careful what you wish for. You might be in for a bit of a long haul. Robin nodded and gestured him to follow. Naruto did, all the way to the tower. Back at the tower, Robin came in as Beast Boy and Cyborg were having a food fight with tofu and meat. Starfire was currently trying to stop them with her unusual words, and Raven was in a corner meditating. He looked to Naruto. Sorry, usually they're still trying to figure out lunch without the fight. Guess they started early. Naruto shrugged and Robin walked forward. Robin took a deep breath before shouting. We have a guest, so stop it, guys. And in a second, the food stopped mid-air, standing still. Naruto's sweat dropped. When he said stop, he didn't mean literally, but damn was that literal. The food suddenly came back to them without dropping, and they put it away. As they did, Starfire came up. Oh, hello, guest. Tell me, why are you visiting our food of fighting today? Naruto's sweat dropped again. She's a tough warrior, but this is new. How come she is so confused with words? I'm not. I'm invited by Robin to explain something. Cyborg came up, smiling. Well, it's nice to have a guest once in a while. So, what's the deal, Robin? He and Naruto followed Robin as he went to the computer. Something up, man? Suddenly, a picture of Kitsune was shown on the screen, and a little list. He's an old friend of whoever is behind that mask. So, I thought I'd get him to give us some info. Beast Boy looked at Naruto and grinned. So, what's he like? Where you find him, Rob? Robin smiled. Yesterday and today he's been training me in ninja techniques. He's pretty good. Naruto grinned and put a hand to BB's ear before pulling back. Hey, listen up. Stop blocking your ears with a quarter. In his hand was a quarter, but he closed his other hand around it, then taking it off and a bird appeared. Sorry, guess it was your brain. BB pouted as the bird flown to his shoulder. Naruto looked behind him. Hey, think his brain can be any slower? Well, you can't be serious, that ain't a bird. The bird was grabbed by two hands from behind him, and he turned to see Naruto behind him. And then he opened his hands to show a turtle. You're so slow, Beast Boy. How else did you not see I'm not in front of you? Beast Boy looked behind him again and seen that Naruto wasn't in his original spot anymore. He grinned. Awesome. That was so cool, man. Hey, how did you get a bird and turtle? Naruto chuckled, closing his hands and opening them to show a quarter again. What turtle? He flipped the coin behind Beast Boy, and he followed it with his eyes and seen Naruto catch it, and looked back to see Naruto once again disappeared, and was holding the quarter back in his original position. Cyborg's jaw was wide open, and Starfire looked amazed. Wow, that was most amazing. How did you do that? I didn't see you move an inch. Naruto chuckled. Ninja rule number 3, never tell your secrets. Raven came up beside him. You have the same energy to Kitsune's. Naruto's sweat dropped and smiled. Really? Guess that's because me and him aren't from this world. Everyone looked at him, and he chuckled nervously. Starfire giggled. You are an alien from another world as I am, correct? Naruto shook his head. Nope, see, I'm a being from another dimension altogether. Me and my friend both are, and so are a few others. Raven took interest. So, what kind of dimension is this place? Naruto nodded. It's a dimension of ninjas, using chakra to frightening degrees. See, I learned since I got here a year ago. Chakra here just means a small amount of energy, But me and my friend are the highest energy of chakra in our world. Kind of like running a water supply. Whilst here you only have a glass of water to bring out, me and my friend have a supply as big as an ocean each. We were wanted for it, to be used as weapons, and ran from our home, but because of some energy overload, our dimension teleported us, and those following us, here. Raven nodded. Portals open for many reasons. Guess this was to place you in one that can hold your energies. I accept it. She went off to meditate again. Robin pulled up 2 more pictures. One of his Hive alias, Kitsune, and the other being the one he used first getting here. Robin sighed. These are his other aliases. Naruto decided to help the whole misinformation of who he was along. Wrong. One is, the other isn't. Robin looked confused. You're telling me you know his aliases, and what do you mean one isn't? How are you sure? Naruto grinned. Because one of them is me. The orange mask. By the way, nice going on catching me. For a few seconds. Robin slumped, and Beast Boy chuckled nervously. Sorry dude, I was tired, so many patrols. Naruto chuckled a little. It's okay. All is forgiven. Anyway, Kitsune, his former Anbu mask. Nostalgic. What do you want to know? Robin got the information pad up. Everything. Abelites, history, personality. Naruto hummed. Well, his history is, he is an orphan. He was actually the village idiot. Truth be told, he wasn't, but everyone hated him. He was stolen from, beaten, almost killed, given rotten food and drinks, yet he still held his head high to protect those who needed help. Robin looked amazed. How bad was all this? Couldn't be all bad if he protected those who hurt him. Naruto looked darkened. Oh, it was bad. It was hell on earth. His body was cut and stabbed so many times. He was burned and pounded with bruises with broke bones for years, poisoned millions of times, and yet he continues to try to protect the very village he called home. I was his only friend, and for that, I was an outcast. Robin looked horrified. So did everyone else. Naruto sighed heavily. His heritage of being the very son of their greatest hero, denied, even if over time people started to stop hating and start respecting him as a person. The girls who said loved him cheated on him with his best friends and just tore him down. He broke down, and so he swore never to go for justice or heroism ever again. He won't, however, be an evil entity. So much done to him by evil people, he swears never to be so. Robin looked a little down. Wow, never thought he would be so hardened. Always thought he was just playing around. Naruto shook his head. He plays around a lot because of it. His childhood taken, he was forced to grow up to be a better person. So now that he can, I bet he is playing around to finally relax. His personality is separate, from hardened warrior, a lazy bum, a playful guy, to angry demon. It's how he is. Robin sighed. He still is a criminal, thief only or not. So, what are his abilities? Naruto smiled. Oh, you don't want to know. Don't shit yourself. The multiple of me you seen? He can do that too. They're solid too, able to harm you and everything. He has complete control over wind and lightning, and lesser control of fire. If he wanted, he could burn this city to the ground, or he could shock the entire world or create a worldwide hurricane. But that ain't all. Robin put it down, looking in shock. Naruto continued. He has 2 eyes, each a special power in its own. In one eye, he was the Rinnegan, or transmigration eye, able to do many things. His favorite is the heavenly techniques, push and pull. Push does just that. Pushes away anything coming at him. Pull, doing just that. Pulling anything to him. Also able to pull souls from people and revive people from death. Robin turned with wild eyes. You are kidding me. He has control over life and death, Naruto grinned. And more. His other eye is called the Sharingan, or copy wheel eye. It can copy and put into action anything it sees. But it has 2 stages, normal, which can do what I said, or the second, which has multiple abilities. Creating a black fire, able to burn anything, and can never be put out. Put you in an illusion so powerful, it can trap you in your own mind for days or weeks, torturing you, but in the real world, only a second passes. And much, much more. Robin paled. This guy is seriously dangerous. Naruto chuckled in his mind. No idea, bird brain. None. I got all that and triple more in my arsenal. Let's see you kick my ass now. Naruto finished with his last statement. His stamina is freakishly huge, as is mine. He can keep throwing this shit at you for weeks without tiring. Heck, that kunai. He uses it to teleport. It can make you teleport anywhere it is. Serious, throw it somewhere, and whenever you want to, teleport to it, like a snap. Only me and him can do it though. Robin put it all in and sat there. Naruto turned. Be careful, and try not to piss him off. See you guys another day maybe. I may give you this info, but I will never help fight him, he beats my ass. And with that, he teleported away. Raven looked to Robin. He's good, training under him is a good idea. So what's on your agenda, Robin? Robin got up, walking away after saving the information. I'm heading to train my combat skills. See you guys tonight for the festival. Back at the hubbase. Naruto. The door opened and he came in to see Jinx and Kid fighting. He sighed. Seriously, this is getting nowhere fast. He grabbed them both by their collars. Stop it. Now tell me, why are you two even fighting? We are a team now. Kid just stared at him, and Jinx growled. He won't give me any clue to where Cheshire went today. I mean seriously, she says she has business with a cat, and here I am trying to figure out what she means. What cat? Gizmo came on the monitor, looking stale. She just sent me a message. Seems Gotham has been treating her nice. If being held captive by poison ivy is anything nice to think about. Naruto twitched. He sighed. Fine, now you know Jinx, so stop fighting. As for me, time to meet the Dark Knight, and get Cheshire back in one piece. See you in a few. He dropped them and vanished without any indication of him being there in the first place. Jinx looked to Gizmo. Did he leave his X-suit here? Gizmo scoffed. You know him better than that, he is always prepared. I saw him seal it in his scrolls. Now leave me alone, I'm building this room. Mammoth not there, Kra. Jinx' sweat dropped as the whole base shook. Guess we're going to need a broom and dustpan. Kid just nodded. So alright folks, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 3. Do subscribe, like and share for more such videos. Also check out the story and author Godospartan the Kitsune on FANFICTIONnet. Press the bell icon to be notified first on release. See you in the next video, till then goodbye.